Hey guys, Mr. T here, just doing a quick video of the worked solutions to exercise 2D.3 perfect squares factorization, where I've asked you to do question 1 ADG, question 2 ACE, so 6 questions here, to do with perfect squares factorization. So this is just a reminder of the perfect squares factorization rules. A squared plus 2ab plus b squared factorizes to a plus b squared. So you're looking for 3 terms. One of the terms is a square number, another of the terms is a square number, and then when you find the number that you squared to get this one, and the number you squared to get that one, if you get 2 lots of those 2 numbers times together in the middle, the remaining term, then this factorization rule works. Same thing here, but the only difference is a subtraction and a subtraction in the factorization. So, fully factorize x squared plus 6x plus 9. So what are the checks that we do? Is this a square number? Yes. X squared, what do I square to get that? X, so that is our A. Is this a square number? Yes. It's 9, what do I square to get that? 3, so this is our B. And so our A is X, our B is 3. Now I need to look for this remaining term. Is the middle term the result of 2 times by A times by B? So 2 times by A is 2x times by B, which is 3. 2x times by 3 is 6x, which gives us this. So this is a perfect squares factorization situation. So this factorizes to A, which was x, plus B, which was 3, squared. If you have time, if you want to show off in your test, you can always check this by expanding it just to be sure. So x plus 3 squared means x plus 3 times by x plus 3. And then you can FOIL that, or perfect squares expansion that, but I'll FOIL it. First is x times by x. Outers, x times by 3. Inners, 3 times by x. Last, 3 times by 3. X times by x, x squared. 3 times by x, 3x. 3 times by x, 3x. 3 times by 3, 9. 3x plus 3x. That's 6x plus 9, which is the same as what we started off with before, so this is correct. I won't do that for the rest of them. That's just to show you that you can always double check your own maths here. X squared, take 8x plus 16. Is x a square number? Yes. So our A is x because x squared is x times by x. Is 16 a square number? Yes. So our B is 4 because 4 times by 4 is 16. Last check. 2 times by A times by B. What is 2 times by A? 2x. 2x times by 4, 8x. So this is a perfect square situation, but we have the subtraction there. So it's the second perfect squares factorization rule. So it's going to be x take 4 all squared. Next one is y squared a square number? Yes, it is. Y times by itself. Is 81 a square number? Yes, it is. 9 times by itself. Last term, 2 times by A is 2y. Times by 9 is 18y, so it's a perfect squares situation, so it's x plus 9 all squared. These are the answers here. Fully factorize. So, in the lesson that you were taught perfect squares factorization, you have to be careful. Sometimes you need to be wary that these numbers are a bit more complex, okay? It's not always going to be just y squared, so the number you squared to get it was y. There's 2 elements to this. Is 9 a square number? Yes. The square root of 9 is 3. 3 times by 3 is 9. But is x also a square number? X squared also a square number? Yes. You times x by itself. So this whole thing is a square number. What do I times by itself to get 9x squared? I times 3x by itself to get 9x squared. So my a is a little more complicated than before. It's not just one thing, it's 3x. Is 1 a squared number? Yes. 1 times by 1 is 1. So b is 1 here. Now let's check. There's a plus here, so I'm thinking it might be this top rule. But I need to check. 2 times by a times by b. 2 times by a is 6x times by b, which is 1. 6x times by 1 is 6x. So this is a perfect square situation. And my a here is 3x. And there's a plus 1 all squared. Same here. Is 9 a square number? Yes. Is x squared a square number? Yes. So what do I times by itself to get 9x squared? I times 3x by itself to get 9x squared. Is 4 a square number? Yes. What do I times by itself to get 4? 2. Check the last one. Is this 2ab? 2 times by a is 6x. Times by 2 is 12x. So we have a perfect square situation. So it's 3x plus b is 2 all squared, and it's a plus. Last one, is 16x squared a squared number? Yes, because 16 is a square number. It's 4 times 4. X squared is a square number. It's x times by x. So a is going to be 4x. Is 9 a squared number? Yes. What do I times by itself to get 9? 3. The last check, 24. 2 times by 4x is 8x. Times by 3 is 24x. So it's a perfect square situation. It's 4x plus 3 all squared. So those are the exercises you need to do for exercise 2D.3, perfect squares factorization. Let's quickly check that the answers are correct. 2D.3, a, x plus 3 squared, correct. D, x take 4 squared, correct. G, x plus 9, no, not x. It's a mistake there. We were talking about y's here. So it should be a was y, so it's y plus 9 squared, which is correct according to the solutions here. So I fixed that now. Fully factorized 2a, 3x plus 1 squared, correct. Ooh, take this to the other side. C, 3x plus 2 squared, correct. And E, 4x plus 3 squared, that is correct too. So that is how you handle perfect squares factorization. Look for 3 terms. Check that 2 of them are squared numbers. Work out what the number is that you times by itself to get those squared numbers. Check that it's 2 times by a times by b is the remaining term, and then apply the rule. If there's a subtraction, you'll apply this rule instead. Hopefully that helps you out, and I'll see you in the next video.